Hey guys, it's time to do a quick speed test comparison between the Galaxy A7, the A5, and the A3. All these models are the newest one, 2016 edition, so we get nice improvements in terms of the specs also on all these variants as compared to the last year's model. So first of all, let's see here. Software is looking very similar, of course, because they are running Android 5.1.1 Lollipop. I was getting some comments about Marshmallow update, so Samsung they never mentioned the update for these phones. I mean, but obviously they will get the update because they are the latest models. So let's see here. Android Lollipop, same thing here. Android Lollipop. So I was thinking, make a speed test and do like a combined test instead of making different videos. So I thought, why not should make a combined speed test between these two phones, three phones actually. So I'm just gonna close everything in the background, and first off we'll start with a boot up test. So I'm gonna turn off all these phones, power off. Okay, so you can see very fast. If we talk about turning off, just Samsung logo, and boom, they are off. Same thing here. Okay, so now all these phones are completely off, and first, to set the boot up right, I have to do this like this way, and it's gonna be pretty easy. Here we go. Oh my god, A7, A5, A3, come on! Samsung logo. I mean, obviously specs wise the A3 is not up to the mark, up to the level of these two phones. Okay, A7, A5 and A3, so they are absolutely in the order, but I think in terms of the power wise, processor power wise, these two phones are almost equal. They have the same chipset, Exynos. It's like 7 octa core, yes, clocked at 1.6 gigahertz. The GPU is Meli T720, not the 760, which is inside of the S6, so we get a little bit downclocked GPU. But I'm happy that it is a Meli GPU instead of Adreno, because the last time we had the Adreno 306, that was a really laggy chipset. So I mean, really laggy GPU. So we're gonna run a Geekbench 3 benchmark test on all these phones here. Okay, so here we have the Geekbench 3 benchmark application open up on all these phones, and you can see the difference in terms of these specs here. First of all, if we talk about the Galaxy A3, it has this Exynos 7850 chipset, which I believe was the first one. It was inside of another Galaxy phone. I can't remember, maybe like J7 variant, or maybe it has like 3 something. But that this chipset here, Exynos 7850, it was inside of the Galaxy J7 if I'm not wrong. But anyways, the Exynos 7850 is inside of this phone with the 1.5 gigabyte of RAM, so it's showing 1.34 of course, and Meli T720 GPU. So you can see here the GPU is same on all these phones. I mean, even though these two models have the Exynos 7 octa-core chipset, but the GPU, somehow they decided to set the GPU to a little bit, downgrade level as compared to the Exynos, what the GPU that we get with the Galaxy S6, which is T760. So in these phones here, the A5, the A3, and A7, we get the T720. So speaking of A7 and the A5, they have almost the same specs. The difference is in terms of of course the screen size, and if we talk about the processor wise and RAM, we get 3 gigs of RAM on the A7 versus 2 gigs of RAM on the Galaxy A5. So I'm just gonna quickly hit run benchmark, and we'll just wait for these phones to finish up. So let's see here, they're very fast, going almost equal. And I mean, benchmarks are something that was requested by you guys, and I don't really care about benchmarks as long as the real life performance is going good. So I'm gonna be doing some ZTech Care style comparison, some apps opening, some browsing tests, some you know, some multitasking tests, some you know, some gaming tests also. So yeah, we're gonna test these devices to the limit. Okay, this is not the end of the story. These are just benchmarks. These are just numbers. Depends on a lot of things. You know, of course, they are new devices, might have some problems related to optimization of the app and all that. So we'll see how much score we'll get. 65% done almost. You can see here the A3 is actually ahead, 70%. Oh, that's nice. 72%, 74. I mean, I'm really glad that they got rid of that Qualcomm chipset. It was like Qualcomm 410. That was really a bad chipset, you know. So uploading results, and you can see 694 single core and 2186 multi-core, and there you go. Oh my god, the scores here in terms of single core, they're looking pretty weak, you know. I think they should have to score around 900 something. But you can see 694, very equal single core score on the Galaxy A5 and the A3, while the Galaxy A7 here scores 686, even lower as compared to the A5 and the A3. In terms of the multi-core, you can see this is where the A7 pull ahead, 3,742 versus 3,660 versus 2,186. So like I said, benchmarks are just benchmarks. You know, they are not the end of the story. We'll do some nice test apps opening and all that. I mean, these phones are very, very fast. I mean, when I say very, very fast, they are very, very fast. Oh my god. There, you know, every app, it opens up way faster than you know, before. If we compare phones like Galaxy Grand Prime from the last year, or you know, the last year's Galaxy J5 or any phone, you know, I'm gonna be comparing, you know, lots of comparison. You're gonna see lots of comparisons. So next off is Antutu benchmark. That is a little bit you know, better benchmark as compared to Geekbench 3. We also get to know about the performance of the CPU. So I'm just gonna close the everything in the background. Okay, so launching the Antutu benchmark, going into the app, and let's see here. So I'm just gonna hit test. Of course, it will take some time. So let's see here how many, you know, how much time they will take. You can see here performance is really nice. I mean, I'm really impressed by the A3. It has a less powerful CPU as compared to these two, but still it's showing a very nice speed. And let's see here how much bench FPS they are giving us. Can't really see the FPS information, but you can see it's not as smooth. The 3D performance not as smooth as it is on the Galaxy S6 that has the 7 octa-core but a better GPU. Okay, so all these phones are kind of struggling with the 3D, you know, performance. They are showing a little bit less FPS, but that's okay. This T720 is like a new GPU. It's like you know, new Mali GPU, not as fast as the T760, like I said before, that is inside of the S6 and the Note 5. Well, let's see, you know. I'm really curious to see the performance. So 3D physics simulation, and Galaxy A3, wow, really ahead. Then we have the A7, then we have the A5. Going through the RAM performance. So again, 3 gigs of RAM, 2 gigs of RAM versus 1.5. I mean, they really optimize the software. You know, most of the people that are going to buy these phones here, they want the best performance when it comes to, you know, just using the device. Okay, we are almost done. 97% on all these phones. Moment of truth. And you can see here first the A3, then A7, then the A5. We got a score of 35,685 on the A3, then the 41,585 on the A7. And then we have the 41,628 on the Galaxy A5. So A5 actually managed to beat the A7. That's pretty cool. That's really cute. So like I said, all these phones have Mali T720 GPU inside, but still there will be some differences in terms of clock speed. Now if we take a look at the A3's Mali T720 GPU, it scored 4,102 in terms of the GPU test. Okay, so it's 4,102. Well, this one here, the A5 scored 5,731 in terms of the GPU, and this one scored 5,777. So you can see here, A7 pulled ahead, and there is a difference. Maybe the A3 has a little bit downclocked GPU. That's why it has a little bit less score. But anyways, that was a quick speed test comparison between these three phones. Obviously, it was requested by you guys so much, you know, because I just wanted to let you guys know what's the difference in terms of processor wise and all that. It was confusing for a lot of people. You know, I was getting a lot of comments on my unboxing videos, so that's why I decided to do a combined video here. So I'm going to be comparing these two all these phones here in terms of camera wise also, so make sure you subscribe, and of course with multitasking and other cool stuff also coming your way. Please subscribe, please stay tuned, like this video if you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.